Okay, so here we have a happy birthday Flexabet, and it is in the typewriter font style, also known as block letters. I always dust with cornstarch as a little insurance to make the letters come out easier, but I only want a very thin coating on the Flexabet. I will lay a pre-sheeted piece of fondant over the Flexabet, and when I press it down with my fingers, I should see the outline of the letters appear instantly. If they do not, then the fondant is too thick and must be sheeted thinner. Continue to press using a fondant smoother, and now watch when I press and turn the fondant smoother, the blades of the Flexabet start cutting through immediately. Again, if you aren't getting this clean cutting action as you see here, that is an indication that your fondant is too thick and should be sheeted thinner. I'm going to pick up this Flexabet in order to show you just how the blades have cut through the fondant completely, and it should look just like this. Very clean with solid, unbroken lines. The next step is to apply glue over the lettered outline that you see here. I like to use a glue that is made from 3 parts corn syrup and 1 part water. It is important that you cover the surface completely with this aggressively sticky edible glue. Okay, now if we have completed all the steps correctly, we should be able to grab the excess fondant and pull it off the Flexabet, leaving the letters behind in the Flexabet where we want them. I'm going to take this excess fondant and put it aside for now, and then using a pick or scribing tool, I'm removing the centers of certain letters in order to complete the happy birthday phrase. Even though there is edible glue in this fondant, I just work it in and use it again. It's a mistake to think that edible glue ruins fondant. Now that I have my Flexabet filled, I'm going to bring in a cake so that I can show you how easy it is to transfer this happy birthday phrase onto the cake using a Flexabet. In order to guarantee a successful transfer of this phrase, it's very important to take the time to stretch the Flexabet in order to loosen the letters. Notice how I am rubbing my fingers behind the letters while I'm stretching the Flexabet. This is very effective and makes the letters pop out a little, allowing some air to seep in behind the letter. If you include this step when using the Flexabet, you can be confident that all these letters will transfer effortlessly onto a cake. You might think when you turn the Flexabet upside down that the loosened letters will fall out, but I can assure you that this amazing tool has been designed to hold on to the letters while you decide where on the cake you'd like to make the transfer. I'm going to apply the Flexabet a little off-center in order to accommodate the addition of a person's name later on. Now you can see how I'm lightly pressing the letters onto the cake in order to create maximum contact between the glued fondant letters and the surface of the cake. Flexabets work just as well on a buttercream cake. Just make sure that it has developed a crust or has been firmed up in the refrigerator before making the application. So here's the fun part. If you'd followed my instruction, you should be able to grab an edge of the Flexabet and remove it, leaving a perfect happy birthday inscription on your cake. Just think what a lifesaver this can be for those who find it difficult to hand type inscriptions on a cake. The Flexabet will do this perfectly every time. But let's talk about a situation where you need to apply happy birthday with the words side by side. This would be more appropriate if you were making a sheet cake. I have a piece of fondant here that is longer than it is wide in order to demonstrate how to apply this phrase in a line. Notice how I have filled only the happy portion of the Flexabet, and it is this word that will be applied first. After stretching the Flexabet to ensure that the letters are loosened, I am going to apply this word on the left edge of the fondant and proceed as normal, rubbing to achieve maximum contact, and then the removal of the Flexabet, transferring one word only to the surface of the fondant. As you can see, we have changed the font style in this segment to show how attractive our swirly font can be. Now, as you can see, I'm just repeating the same steps, only this time I have filled the birthday portion of the Flexabet, and I will position it in line and to the right of happy, laying it onto the surface and rubbing in order to ensure complete attachment between the letters in the Flexabet and the fondant that they have been laid onto. As you can see, when I peel the Flexabet away, the word birthday has been perfectly applied to complete a very attractive happy birthday phrase. Now I'm going to take this example away in order to show you that the happy birthday Flexabets are currently available in 3 different font styles. We have the elegant calligraphy, the delightful swirly font, and the bold typewriter style that you can use to create any name, phrase, or inscription that you can think of.